Hello everyone, my name is Mingrui. This is our midterm presentation. Our group members are Jiahui, Zhonghu, Peng, and me. Okay, before I introduce our project to you, I would like to begin with a story that happened to me on the first day I came to my company. As you remember that on the first day as an intern, my boss sent me a very huge database and asked me to do some data analysis for it. So the first thing I would like to do is to browse the dataset to see what on earth it holds, so that I can decide which information is interesting and which analysis will be useful. And then I shall begin doing the query. But when I opened the database, I found there were thousands of tuples there, and it was really, really hard for me to have a very high-level glance or an overview of what the data is talking about. And even worse, I was at that time totally new to SQL query syntaxes, and I found it was really hard for me to write a full correct SQL query statement. My question will be just like, can someone help me to directly browse information in the database to give me a first glance, and then query the data without letting me write specific query statements? So now I would like to find some pre-existing works that can help me realize this dream. And we know that there are two main types of software for users to store and analyze relational data. The first one is traditional RDBMS. The second one is spreadsheet. First, let's talk about RDBMS. And we know that, of course, RDBMS can show the raw data for us, but there are some drawbacks for it. For example, it cannot intuitively help us browse data in different levels. It can only show raw data in a single level, and there's no way to see a summarization or aggregation of data. And it's also hard to have a very general overview if the data is too large. And it's also not suitable for users who has no idea what to do with current data set. And also, let's come to the second one. Let's talk about what current spreadsheet platform can or cannot do. And we know that for the current spreadsheet platforms, they can of course show the data for us, but for most of them, they cannot perform very complicated operations. We know that, let's take Excel, for example. Generally speaking, we know that we can do some basic aggregations in Excel, such as sum or average or maximum minimum, but at least we have to have a very long function for those complicated calculations. And sometimes we have to deal with those non-intuitive XY coordinates for each cells, just like an example here. And based on our survey, we also noted that for many spreadsheet platforms, they are designed intuitively for small data, but not for big data. So basically, when the input will be something like a big data, the calculation will be super slow. Based on the discussion above, here comes to what our group is looking for. And we're looking for a system that could help us browse data on different levels, just as I said, zoom in, zoom out, different aggregations on different columns. And also, we need a system that could help us ensure very high efficiency by using samplings. And for the third one, we would like the system to generate the whole SQL statements for us based on users' selections for keywords, operations, and their chosen SQL structures, instead of just letting them input the whole SQL statements. For the last one, we would like the system to have a very rapid dataset update and refresh mechanisms, and also we would like the system to have a very instant loading and showing for different queries. Okay, here comes to the tools and the approaches we're using. We're using OpenOffice and NetBeans. And for what we've done right now, we've set up our environment and we've do a lot of survey in our relevant fields. You can also see the proposal. And also we hack and play around with existing sampling algorithms. And we create an add-on in the OpenOffice menu bar, and we create a pop-up window and many components for users to do the query. Here comes to the demo. Here on top of the menu bar, there is a button here. And if I click the run query, we could be able to input some information here, and I can just choose to sort by different columns here. And I'm gonna realize these functionalities in the later stage. And for the last one, load data, if I click it, and then all the data will be loaded to the spreadsheet. Here you could see the different columns here, and with all the data we have. And also, for the future steps and milestones, as you say, we've done this part, and later in the following several weeks, we're gonna do some more advanced functions for aggregations, such as sort and filter, and we're gonna do more clickable components of our UIs, and we're gonna finish doing the functionalities that help us rapidly refresh, return data results, And finally, in the later stage, we're going to do our testing, include menu and auto tests, and we're going to do software engineering and documentation. Okay, that's all about our project. Thank you for watching and have fun.